Welcome back to TEW 2016, the branding solution, and we are here on Shockwave for the final go-home show before Money in the Bank, and officially the 200th episode of the branding solution. So we're going to have a few. Money in the Bank will be the 200th one, not this one. So we're going to have our pre-show, which is surprisingly a lot longer than normal. The main show is actually quite short. We've just got a lot of building sort of matches without giving too much away. We start by giving the Express Delivery another victory. They officially debuted on Shockwave last week. Didn't want to put them on the main card, but was tempted to, just this match. But in the end, this kicked off the whole show. They are both quite good, so we're going to see how well those two do. Sami Zayn needed a victory going into Money in the Bank. He picks one up over Bubba Ray. Then we have a nice little four-way team. Oh, finally someone Zack Sabre Jr. can work well with. Lince Dorado even is finally fit again after his recent injury. He's been injured pretty much for a year, so he's sort of in NXT just recovering, and in time he may get recalled. And he works well with Zack Sabre Jr., who was the star of the show in this, which I'm really happy with. I was going to use Zack Sabre Jr. in a tag team match with Will Ospreay, but that didn't go down because they have no chemistry. So Zack got buried down to the pre-show. We tried a couple of other teams. We tried the two Jacks, and Drew Gulak and Daivari, or one of the Daivaris. We then have Marty Scurll defeat Ultimo Dragon, who is getting worse. Seriously, he's terrible. So, okay, we're happy with where this is going. Marty Scurll needed the win, as did the Hart Dynasty. Yeah, we're going to continue just giving them wins. As I say, I'm trying to get my tag teams up to the mid-60s, maybe 70, so we can have great tag team matches. We gave Leo Rush another victory over one of the newer NXT guys, and that's a pretty good rating for a debutant figure. The Vaudevillains, another victory, and you can see Simon Gotch is heading in the right direction. And all of these against NXT talents. We gave Bobby Roode a win over Ruben Vidal, just giving Roode an extra little win going into his Money in the Bank ladder match. The Briscoe brothers pick up a win, as you can see, an 80 and an 86. Solomon Crowe has been injured for 6 months to a year as well, so he is currently in NXT just recovering. So that was the main reason why he's only in a tag match. We're going to see what he can do on the main card slowly if we find a place for him. And Rusev defeated Charlie Garrett. Rusev with a 98 performance. Well, that's impressive. And Charlie Garrett they work well against each other, which is good to see. It's a nice solid match. We gave Shelton Benjamin a victory. We've barely touched this guy for the last few months, so I thought I'd give him a win. And the main event was Mojo Rawley defeating Rhino. Yeah. I tried to use Rhino against people I'm trying to push a bit, and Rowley was the guy being used. We start the main show with AJ Styles and Damien Sandow both in the ring, saying it's an honour to represent Triple H at Money in the Bank. So, as we announced on Raw, Triple H announced that it'll be Big E, Dean Ambrose, Randy Orton, AJ Styles and Damien Sandow versus Daniel Bryan and a team of his choosing. The first member was Bray Wyatt. So these two come out to announce that they're honoured to be given that chance. And Punk and then John Cena both state their claim, saying, well, we have all the respect in the world for Daniel Bryan. We will be joining him in arms going in to Money in the Bank. And then Samoa Joe comes out and goes up to CM Punk and says, I'm not here for you tonight. My dislike towards you is full of respect. You are the best, but I want to prove that I'm the best. And after what Randy Orton and Triple H did to me at WrestleMania, I want to get my hands on that Viper. Now, if we go back to WrestleMania, Triple H teamed up with Samoa Joe against The Undertaker and Finn Balor. And after the match, Taker and Balor won, and Randy Orton turned heel, RKOing Samoa Joe, and Triple H sent Joe to Shockwave in part of the draft, which again was random but worked into storylines in certain places. So Randy Orton RKO'd Joe. Joe got kicked out of Raw by Triple H. So this is his first chance to go face to face with them since that night. And it's a great opening segment, and it completes the 5-on-5. So yeah, we like this match. In what is the penultimate first round King of the Ring match, Carl Anderson picks up a win over Dave Finlay Jr. It had to be Anderson winning that match. And afterwards, he says, well, I've advanced. Me and Luke will go on to Money in the Bank to win the tag team title, and once and for all put an end to this Briscoe brothers champions that keep getting in our way. And the Briscoes come out and state their acclaim, saying, we've beaten you so many times, we could probably do it in our sleep. We then move into Bad News Barrett defeating Michael Dante. We wanted Barrett to beat somebody from the Battle of Britain storyline, so we just went with someone who he should beat in Michael Dante. Next up, Adrian Neville comes out and explains why he turned heel on Will Ospreay, why he is the king of the cruiserweight, and why once he's rebuilt his reputation, he will be cruiserweight champion once. Well, be the cruiserweight champion of fear. And Will Ospreay says, you had all of the potential in the world, Neville, and you turned your back on me. And after I beat Kenny Omega, I will be the cruiserweight champion that you will have to beat one day. And then Omega comes out and says, you ain't beating me, Will. You're never going to beat me. No one's going to beat me. And Noam Dar sort of joins in, saying, well, if you're going to start at the bottom, Neville, you're going to have to get through me first. So this leads to a tag match. Obviously, I said this would be Zack Sabre, but he has no chemistry with Will Ospreay. So we'll go with Noam Dar, who easily eats the pin off Neville. Noam Dar is improving as well, so that's good. Move the cruiserweight storyline along, and a solid enough match. We then continue our build up to Money in the Bank, where we have all 6 in the ring, talking up their chances without getting into a battle, really. I didn't want a fight. Tyler and Cody get announced that they will be in a tag team match with Nakamura and Okada later in the show. But the rest you've seen, 2 of them on the pre-show. So in the Money in the Bank tag team match for Shockwave, we gave the Revival the victory. Yes, the Revival, who lost their tag team championships to the Briscoes, who cashed in on them, now have the Money in the Bank. Tag team 1 for Shockwave. So that's them all sorted out. We've got solid performances across the board here. And a 67, I'm happy with that. And afterwards they cut a promo telling them that they are going to climb to the top and become the dominant tag team in the WWE Shockwave brand. We gave Austin Aries a victory over Sheamus, thanks to a small distraction from Oblivion Max. I've been trying to give Aries some big wins going into his title match with Ruru. They had to be televised just to get him up a little bit more. He's around the 70. Last week he had a 70, so I'm happy with where he is going into the match on Sunday. And afterwards, Rusev then comes out and attacks Ares, leaving him screaming in agony, passing out eventually from the accolade after he refuses to let go. And Rusev stands up, puts his foot on Ares' back, and holds the title high. So he sent a clear message going in to Money in the Bank. We then have our tag team match, which we just advertised. Cody and Nakamura pick up the win over Okada and Breeze, where Nakamura beat Tyler Breeze with the Kinshasa. Oh, you know the word. I can't pronounce it. It's an 80. I'm happy with that. Cody Rhodes, just about the best in the ring. Tyler Breeze has come on a lot this year, so I'm really happy with that. So yeah. We then have one more final showdown between Adam Cole and AJ Styles, talking about how far they plan on going if they get the chance come after Money in the Bank. We're not doing it yet. We have to do it after Money in the Bank. For Adam Cole in the Money in the Bank, AJ Styles is part of Team Triple H. And our main event gets a 90 with Damien Sandow in it. CM Punk and John Cena defeat Styles and Sandow. Punk defeated Damien Sandow. As you can see, none of the people who were against each other have picked up the wins here. So, yeah, I'm happy enough with this sort of match. 90 is always great to finish a show with. We're probably going to get like the mid-80 rating, so let's see. We managed to get an 87, so that's also really good. And you can see our last 5 segments were 80 minimum, and that included 3 matches. So yeah, that's really good. We're going to go back to the main screen and see what's happening going into Money in the Bank. And we are now back to the main screen, so let's check the news. We have very little happening here. Story-wise, we have decisions. We have more hopes going to NXT. They all go to NXT until I can decide what I want for them. He has been signed on a permanent deal, this guy, but I'm not sure what he's going to be. Heath Slater signed a training contract, so I thought, why not? He's now gone to NXT, that's Heath Slater. And Del Rio's only getting a pay-per appearance still. Rosa Mendes recovered surprisingly from her quick injury. And Terry Taylor, who needs a new contract. I'm guessing he's classed as a developmental trainer or a road agent. This is the problem when you try to renew contracts. In NXT, the road agents don't want to just be road agents. But let's just see the end of the week going into the big pay-per-view. Has there been any changes on Shockwave? Chemistine was still on. Is he on 96 still for the US? Or not? No, he's down to 95. But I'm not going to cry too much. Ruru 89, Punk 88. I think that has leapfrogged him back above the Miz. Or as they're the same, they kind of just look the same. Otherwise, Shockwave, you have AJ Styles. It's amazing that most of these are actually on Raw. They have Cena, and Sami Zayn, Cody and Nakamura. Adam Cole is doing well for himself, as is Okada, Kane and Galloway, Joe. Yep, so that's that looked at. Let's have a quick look at the storylines for Shockwave. And we're going to look at the completely overstacked card. So we've got an 80, an 80, nearly a 70, an 80, an 88, another 88, an 85, 74, a 94, a very weak 40 and an 82. So they're all solid enough for where we want them to be. And creative meeting wise, only Omega off Shockwave there. Shout Benjamin's no longer number 1. Pre-booking. This is how stacked the card is. I've got properly carried away. But the thing is, we've got, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Raw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for SmackDown. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Shockwave. Plus the next one. So technically we only have 6 for each show. And then it just seems to have become overstacked. I haven't even put the Kevin Owens title match on there yet. So it's actually one more for Raw. It is Kevin Owens versus. We're just going to throw that in there so I don't forget it. And we're going to have a Jinder Mahal Battle Royal for his TV title. So yeah, that shows how stacked this is. Kevin Owens versus Big Cass. I know it's not the best match, but I feel it's needed just to add something else to the mix. You can see all the rest, and there's Money in the Bank matches here as well. So yeah, there is no Intercontinental because Miz took the spot in that. But anyway, we're going to come back with Money in the Bank next time, which is the 200th episode. So for now, thank you all for watching.